So this module 8, we look at how you can stand out from the crowd, the little extras that make a huge difference. Standing out from the crowd, just about trying to be distinctive, being unique, being extraordinary, just being different from a sea of sameness. Every company or in every industry do the same thing the same way, but you always find out that the top company is always different. Are you the top company in the industry? It's not likely you are the top company in the industry. So this is for you. So standing out from the crowd is trying to be unique, trying to be extraordinary, trying to be different, just doing things in entirely different way from the norm of their industry. The little extras that make the huge difference. Day in, every now and then I go to some of the biggest banks, and the reception people, every day, every time I go, they always ask me, what's your name, sir? And I always use the opportunity to educate the young ladies and lads. Why do you ask me about my name every day? I've been here at least 100 times. Why do you keep asking me my name? And you know what they always tell me? Oh, sir, we receive so many visitors, we can hardly. But there are no two human beings, even identical twins. Even identical twins, you can find something to distinguish one from the other. So do not tell me that crap because you have so many visitors. You cannot know my name after you have met me 100 times. Assuming you are managing director of work by, I mean a typical company, let me say like GE. With more than 300 at the time, more than 400,000 staff. Would you say there were GE staff that would not know the managing director of GE? It's about a company with 10,000 staff, or maybe about 2,000 in the head office, would not know their CEO. Would you say because there are more than 2,000 staff, I would not know my CEO? So staff simply choose to know who they want to know, because the customers that come in do not matter to them. They are not the one that pay their salary. They are not the one that will praise them. They are not the performance management. The customers don't. They do not forget. It's a mistaken to think that it's not the customer that pays you. The customer that pays your salary, like it or not, indirectly the customer pays your salary. So you must. How about by coming to your office, just calling me, good morning, Mr. Paul. So the question is, who will cry when you die? Who will cry when you die? This is the title of the book by Robin Sharma, but it equally applies in customer service. Who would apply? Who would cry the day you don't come to office? Will customers even notice the day you are not in the office? Will their colleagues notice the day you are not in the office? Or just a seat warmer? So always ask yourself the question, who will cry? Who will miss me the day I'm not in the office? How many customers, of the thousands of customers that your company has, will up to 10% of them notice you are not even there again? Why are you on the payroll? These are the questions that should agitate the minds of every individual that works in any company. Who will miss me? Will my company miss me? Will my MD miss me? Will my staff miss me? Will my colleagues miss me? Will the customers miss me? You cannot point out 10 people that will miss you. It means you are not contributing enough. You are not critical enough to the success of your company. So always ask yourself, who will cry when you die? Who will cry when I die? If you cannot answer that question positively, effectively, know that you are easily replaceable. So whether you are an individual company, you are a department, you are a unit within a company, create many moments of wow for the people you are serving. Every customer, every company has a customer, every unit has a customer, every department has a customer, every division has a customer. Do you create moments of wow for them so that the people will always say, oh, it is such a pleasure doing business with unit A, with unit B, with department A, with department C? Always, you are always standing out as a sore thumb. People need have sleepless nights when they know they have to do business with their unit or their company. Create many moments of wow, many moments that customers will be thinking about. Oh, it's such an experience doing business with these people. Moments of wow is a moment that takes your breath away. Of course, cannot happen overnight, cannot happen in a day, cannot happen even in a lifetime of a company. But you have to strive at it. You must grow at it. You must embed it in the genetic code of the company. You must embed it in your genetic code that this is what we want. This is the type of experience. You look at levels of service. The highest level is the total experience, the experience people feel. That is the wow moment. That every time a customer comes in contact with your company is what we call the wow moment. This, of course, the moments that the nomenclature has changed, the way it's been used has changed. It used to be called the moments of truth. This concept or technology was coined by John Carlson of SAS Airlines, the Swedish airline. Moments of wow, moments of truth. This is at the moments that customers come, any points of contact with their company. Are you going to fail or succeed? Or are you going to pass the exam? These moments of contact, these points of contact is what we call the moments of truth. We call the moments of wow. Are you going to succeed? Are you going to fail the customer? Are you going to lead the customer down in such moments? So at any time you are in touch with the customer, it could be internal customer, it could be external customer. You should always in your heart, in your mind say, yes, this is going to be the best of me. This is going to be the best of me. And go out there to die for the customer, to create that moments of wow. Memorable moments that customer will never forget. Make the customer want to come back for more of such moments. So we say why being a public car may not necessarily make you win, but be a public car all the same. Just emphasize on the need for you to stand out, for you to be, so that anybody in your company says, who is the best man in this company? They can always point out to you, say, look at him, look at her. The public car, the concept of public car was coined by Seth Godin, and just the need to be distinctive. Distinctive in the way you give out, you give service as a company, as an individual, as a brand. Be distinctive. But all the same, Kodak was very distinctive. They had that yellow logo. You could recognize the Kodak logo from 10 million miles away. When you see Kodak, it was so distinctive. Being a public car did not necessarily save Kodak. So that's why we say being a public car may not necessarily make you win, but being a public car all the same. Everything must come into place. So when you have constructed a company, you don't just go back to sleep. And yes, we have the concept of cash cow. Just milk the cow. No. Be distinctive. Be different. Be a brand people look up to. Be the brand people look up to. Brands. We've been talking about such brands from the very beginning. Brands like Harley Davidson. Brands like Apple. Brands like Zappos. brands like Nordstrom, brands like Southwest Airlines, these iconic brands. Of course, they are not perfect. They're not perfect. They have their highs and lows, but they push the boundaries what they sell. To be a bubble cow, be distinct, be different. The way you serve customers, the way you write letters, the way you everything about you should be different. That's the whole concept of a bubble cow. A bubble cow, if there are 10,000 white cows, nobody's going to notice any of them. But out of 10,000, one purple cow stands out. One is only the purple cow that will be noticed. So, be that purple cow. The Zappos effect. Beware, you are not a Zappos. Zappos, of course, you know, online shoe store. Recently, not very long ago, taken over by, bought over by Amazon. Zappos is now the stuff of legends. The stuff of legends. To the side, one of the founders of Zappos came up with his book recently, about a few years ago, about delivery of happiness. So Zappos is the embodiment of legends. It's legendary today. It's how they came about. They now compete exclusively on customer service. They use customer service as a weapon. In fact, they are not into customer service, they are into happiness, delivering of happiness. But what we are saying that beware, you are not Zappos. You do not just go blindly trying to copy everything Zappos does, because every company is different, every business culture is different, every companies have different values. But those values must be centered on the customer. So it's not being Zappos. It's understanding the Zappos mindset and embedding it in the genetic code of the company. So you don't have to be copying exactly word for word and sentiments what Zappos does. Being able to go out there that yes, they have companies like Zappos that focus entirely on delivering happiness to their customers, delivering happiness to their employees. And so we are going to also march under the banner of being out there, being awesome, being outstanding, being really great, being extraordinary. So the Zappos effect is that yes, it's good to be extraordinary, but also beware they are not Zappos. Because so draw your own roadmap and follow it. Many roads still lead to the same goal. One goal: customer loyalty, employee engagement, happiness. Everybody wins. Creating value for the customer, being able to solve talent problems, because your value depends on the amount of problems you can solve. So putting in place the little extras that make a huge difference. I've already mentioned it. It is not nuclear science. You have a hotline, a toll-free line that customers can reach you. These are just the little extras. Do you have clean drinking water for customers? Do you have nice chairs for your customers? Do you have parking lot for your customers? Or do you just have a bold signboard in your parking lot? Cars parked at owner's risk. So if I cannot take my mind from my car because I'm parking it at my own risk. How can I be happy with you? So things like that. So if I had my way, I would ask all companies in the world to remove cars parked at owner's risk. All companies in the world should remove from their parking lot a sign that reads cars parked at owner's risk. It's just a small extra that can make a huge difference. So we move to